being employed, because I
Right.
was
Yeah, it's
self-employed.
amazing the weird effects of this
Yeah.
pandemic and everything attached with it.
Yep,
Just stuff you'd never imagine
Okay.
you'd do.
yep. But, I mean, that saves like $100,000 over it.
Right?
Mark,
From California?
you what?
You're back from California?
I'm back.
So you'd be out there surfing.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I should wait for Jesse, shouldn't I?
You should look at the ordinance.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm not sure, I think you turned it on, I'm not sure.
Jesse, did you turn that on? Okay. All right, I have 5 o'clock. I'll call the meeting to order today, April 19th, 2022. Roll call, we have Selectman Howdy Goodwin, Eric Eaton, Mackenzie Jewett, Kevin Buck, myself, Jamie Thurlow, Town Manager Jesse Dunbar, and Town Clerk Katie Dandran. Adoption of agenda. Is there anything anyone would like to change? All right, we have public hearing, 2 public hearings here first. First one is the secret ballot referendum questions on the, you want me to do each one separately, open and close, or do all 3 as a bulk?
Each one separate.
Okay, so we'll open it on the first one, which is Article C, Land Use Ordinance Amendment. Okay, you want me to say a time, or you got it, Jesse?
I got it.
Okay. All right. Is there anything anyone would like to add to that? All right, hearing nothing, I will close the public hearing on the Article C Land Use Ordinance Amendment. Next, we have the Article D, which is a Site Plan Review Ordinance Amendment. And I will open the public hearing on that now. Any comments? Right, seeing no comments, I will close the public hearing on Article D, which is the Site Plan Review Ordinance Amendment. Next is Article E, which is the local option, titled, I should say, the local option. I will open the public hearing on that. Is there any comment?
Why do we need a local option on that? Can you give me the history, is all,
Okay.
a little bit?
Okay, Katie, would you like to? If she,
Yep, so I'll give you a brief explanation. So the state back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s did several questions in regards to local option, referendum questions for all municipalities across the state. Whether or not they would like to authorize the sale of liquor and wine for the consumption of off-premise on Sundays, weekdays. They asked for multiple questions. So over the years, the language has changed. It has come to the attention of the Bureau that there are several towns in the state of Maine who now have establishments that are authorized to sell liquor and wine, but it wasn't authorized by the towns to do it on Sundays. So there are licenses out in establishments that have technically been unauthorized by those votes back in the 60s and 70s.
But they're selling it?
Correct, right. So they currently are. So in order to avoid the loss of those licenses at those establishments, the towns must now revote by July 1st. Otherwise, those establishments will lose their privileges that they're now not allowed to do. So the questions have to go back out to the voters.
Okay, great, thanks for the explanation.
all right, any other comment on Article E? All right, seeing no comment, I will close the public hearing on Article E, which is the local option, titled the local option. All right, next we have, traffic control and parking ordinance. And I will open the public hearing on that now. Is there any questions, comments?
And what are those proposed amendments?
Yeah, or you can, yeah, if you want to.
So the proposed amendments, add in the fees for, the permit parking fees for the, Reed store lot at the corner of Mullen and Harbor Drive next to the post office. The select board in December, passed a motion to charge an annual fee, $50 for residents and $100 for non-residents, for parking in that lot. So this ordinance change just includes that update and makes a correction to Hancock County Sheriff's Office where it currently says Tremont Police Department.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions, comments? Mark?
So it'd be up to the sheriff's department to enforce parking permits at Reed Store Lot, is that correct? Okay, thank you.
I think we set it up as a seasonal pass, so it'd be like a town dock sticker. You just get a sticker, either you have it or you don't, so it's not like something that you
Yep.
have to check frequently. It's an easy, sticker that's bought out.
So the cops will do a drive-by occasionally, is that?
Yes, yep. All right, any more comments? Okay, seeing none, I will close the public hearing on traffic control and parking ordinance. All right, now we have, the approval of minutes. We have the minutes,
Jamie,
sorry.
before you go on to the minutes, if you are satisfied with the traffic and parking,
Mhm.
you need to make a motion to adopt and sign. That was
Okay, for the
the
traffic
select
and
board.
parking one, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
For that matter.
I'll make a motion to adopt and sign the April 19th, 2022 version of the traffic control and parking ordinance.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to adopt and sign the April 19th, 2022 version of the traffic control and parking ordinance. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? All right, now we are on to the minutes. We have the minutes from April 11th, 2022.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of April 11th, 2022.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from Monday, April 11th, 2022. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Approval of warrants. List is a little bit shorter. We have warrant 102 for $4,871.17. 103 for $631.36. 104 for $9,956.02. 105 for $24,772.95.
Make a motion to approve warrants 102 through 105.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve warrants 102 through 105. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? All right, next we have the financial reports.
Okay, so the financial reports are as of March 31st, which is 75% of the way through the fiscal year. Under revenues, in March, we collected an additional $23,225 in property taxes. Collections for the year remain right around 95% of the budgeted amount. We collected $34,745 in motor vehicle excise tax, resulting in total collections at 76.74% of what was budgeted. This is still slightly behind pace from last year, but on or ahead of pace for all other recent years. We received $25,591 for the cable franchise fee in March, as well as $1,100 in MRC rebates and approximately $1,000 in checking interest. In the wharf fund, we received $810 in wharf use permits in March, and in the harbor fund, we received $912 in boat excise tax and $5,870 in mooring payments. and the $2,000 payment from Frenchboro for their use of the ferry terminal float. Under expenses, a couple items worth pointing out. The administration cost center is still running under budget for this point in the fiscal year at 68.69%. In March, we had some additional expenses of $583 in office supplies, $764 in advertising, and an additional $3,697 in attorney's fees. We also had our annual expense for the Trio software system in March at a cost of $15,449. In Public Works, that line budget is still under budget for this point in the fiscal year as well at 62%. In March, we saw the additional expenses of $2,536 in part-time plow driver wages, $3,016 in gas and diesel, $9,584 in winter sand, and $4,872 in road salt. Under the solid waste line, we had an additional expense of $3,379 for the water treatment from the landfill remediation. And in the library fund, a couple noted expenses. There's $1,000 for books, $791 in maintenance, and an increase of $780 to the electric bill. We believe this increase was due to an issue with the inverter on our solar array that was down apparently for a couple of months that led to decreased solar production. In the general ledger, we received an additional $5,339 in revenue sharing from the state in March, bringing the total receipts for FY22 to $94,521, or 110% of what was budgeted for the whole year. So we continue to expect we'll exceed the anticipated revenue. In the ARPA funds reserve, you'll also see the transfer of $50,390 to the operating account that you authorized for the premium pay on March 21st. Otherwise, there's no significant changes to the reserve accounts in March.
All right, thank you, Jesse.
Make a motion to accept the July 2021 through March 2022 financial reports.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the July 2021 through March 2022 financial reports. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? All right. Next, we have under regular business, we have the Wharf Garage lease renewal. And it looked like nothing at all had changed, has it?
Correct.
Yeah, I didn't think anything at all had changed.
Yep.
I make a motion to authorize the town manager to renew the town wharf garage lease with DNR Bay on the same terms as the current lease at a rent of $1,000 per month.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to authorize the town manager to renew the Wharf Garage lease with DNR Bait on the same terms as the current lease at a rent of $1,000 per month. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? All right, next we have election clerks. Do you want to explain what we have here? Jesse, I know we have a list of.
Yep, so this is your, the election clerks that the clerk has, requested be appointed, to serve as election clerks at the upcoming, elections for the year.
Can we approve them all once, or do you have to do them?
Yes.
Then I will make a motion to approve and sign their certificate of appointment for the slate of election clerks.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve and sign their certificate of appointment for the slate of election clerks. Is there any discussion? The only question I had, I just noticed, I didn't notice this before, but if you're running for a position, you can still be an election clerk
You
for,
can still be an election clerk, but you can't work that election that you may
okay.
be a
Yeah.
contested race.
I just wanted to be
Yeah.
sure that didn't come up later,
But
that's all.
it's actually good for, a 2-year term,
Okay,
so it covers state and local elections, so
Yep, okay.
they can alternate.
yep, no, I just wanted to make sure we didn't oversee that. All right, any more discussion? All those in favor? All right. Next, we have the town manager's report.
Okay, so over the last week, I worked on meeting prep for this meeting, attended the Board of Appeals meeting, worked on the financial reports, the Harbor Committee financial reports, I put insurance on the new fire truck that has now arrived, and worked on an insurance claim at the fire station. Attended an MMA ARPA training and submitted the cemetery bid requests to the paper and emailed them out to several companies. The clerk was busy finalizing the tax acquired property sale, working on election clerk appointments, working on public notices, and following up with board and committee members whose seats are expiring. Public Works took truck 9 to Bangor for a new hydraulic tank. Plow and sander were taken out of truck 3. Truck 3 tires were swapped out for summer tires. The wing and plow were taken off truck 2. They started cleaning the sand off the town office lawn. Sanded and painted the winter wheels on truck 3 during the rain the other day. Removed road posting signs. Put up a new stop sign on the north end of Kellytown Road, and repaired a culvert in a driveway on Kellytown Road. The harbor master made a repair to the salt shed door and dropped off 2 barrels of chain for a ferry terminal float chain replacement. Scheduled the launch with Chalmers for the ferry terminal floats. Washed the boat and refinished the teeth on the boat. Helped replace the bucket on the case machine, replaced the hoist control at the dock, and worked on the hoist some more, and MCM has ordered some new parts for it. Had the roll-off container removed from the wharf and replaced with a larger dumpster. Went over some mooring work, moved some moorings related to the Thurston's expansion. Put hoses on the dock and turned the water on, and worked on getting the boat further ready, and rotated the tires on the case. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be working on ARPA reporting, attending the Harbor Committee meeting, and preparing for the upcoming town meeting.
Okay, thank you, Jesse. Suggestions for the next meeting? Date of the next meeting?
I make a motion to confirm the date of the next meeting for Monday, May 2nd, 2022, at 5 o'clock at the town office.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to confirm the date of the next meeting for Monday, May 2nd, 2022, 5 p.m. at the town office. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Do that quickly.
Yeah.